Hello everyone, welcome to another series of today's GK. Let's begin with previous day's practice question. Question was, who organized Srijan, a national conference on female infertility? All India Institute of Ayurveda, All India Institute of Medical Sciences, New Delhi, Central Council for Research in Ayurvedic Sciences, or Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. The correct answer is option A, All India Institute of Ayurveda. Recently, a two-day national conference on female infertility, Srijan, was organized by All India Institute of Ayurveda under the Ministry of Ayush at New Delhi. According to the WHO reports, in 37% of the infertile couple, female infertility was the cause. In India, the cases of female infertility are rising and affect approximately 15% of couples. At this conference, many gynecologists from modern medicines were also invited to share updates on the topic. Therefore, option A is the correct answer. Now let's begin today's session. First question is, with reference to Ayush Grid, consider the following statements. 1. It is a mega digital platform for connecting all Ayush related institutions and hospitals. 2. The Ministry of Ayush and Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology are working in collaboration with each other for the digitization of the Ayush sector. Which of the statement or statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option C, both 1 and 2. Recently, the second day of second Health Working Group meeting under G20 India Presidency saw an important brainstorming session on citizen-centric health delivery ecosystem for universal health coverage, leveraging digital health and innovation. Ayush Grid is a mega digital platform for connecting all Ayush, that is Ayurveda, Yoga and Naturopathy, Unani, Siddha and Homeopathy related institutions and hospitals, as well as the new hospitals to be developed under this scheme. Hence, statement 1 is correct. The Ministry of Ayush and the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology have already inked a pact to collaborate with each other for the digitization of the Ayush sector. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Therefore, option C is the correct answer. Next question is, recently seen in news, Helopeltis thiovera bug is related to which of the following crops? Paddy, wheat, tea or rubber? The correct answer is option C, tea. Recently, the United Planters Association of South India, that is UPASI, has urged the government to immediately intervene and take appropriate steps to control the tea mosquito bug or TMB Helopeltis thiovera problem in the tea plantations in India. There are a variety of plants that are infested by the tea bug. Some of the important host plants include tea, neem, cocoa, guava, drumstick, cotton, Singapore cherry, black pepper, henna, mahogany, eucalyptus, apple, avocado, camphor, cinchona, etc. Therefore, option C is the correct answer. Next question is, with reference to National Health Claims Exchange, consider the following statements. 1. It is an initiative of the National Health Authority under Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission. 2. It has been developed to tackle the key challenges and streamline the process of health insurance claim settlement. Which of the statement or statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option C, both 1 and 2. Recently, the National Health Authority invited contributors and developers from the open community, especially those working in the health insurance and healthcare provider space, to test, contribute, and become a participant in the health claims exchange ecosystem by onboarding on the HCX sandbox environment. The NHA announced HCX as a new initiative under the Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission and subsequently worked with various groups to come up with health insurance exchange specifications. Hence, statement 1 is correct. To tackle the key challenges and streamline the process of claim settlement, NHA has developed a national health claims exchange to enable interoperability of health claims. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Therefore, option C is the correct answer. Next question is, in the context of the Supreme Court landmark judgments, Puttaswamy case is associated with which of the following? Fundamental duties, fundamental rights, local self-government or elections? The correct answer is option B, fundamental rights. The Justice K.S. Puttaswamy retired versus Union of India case is the cornerstone of the right to privacy jurisprudence in India. This case was initiated through a petition filed by Justice K.S. Puttaswamy, a retired judge of the Karnataka High Court, in relation to the Aadhaar project, which was spearheaded by the Unique Identification Authority of India or UIDAI. The 9-judge bench in this case unanimously reaffirmed the right to privacy as a fundamental right under the Constitution of India. The court held that the right to privacy was integral to freedoms guaranteed across fundamental rights and was an intrinsic aspect of dignity, autonomy, and liberty. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. Next question is State of World Population Report is published by which of the following? World Health Organization, United Nations Population Fund, Negative Population Growth INC, or the Population Information Network. The correct answer is option B, United Nations Population Fund. Recently, the State of World Population Report 2023 was published by United Nations Population Fund or UNFPA. According to the report, India's population has grown by 1.56% in the past year and is estimated to be 1.42 million, that is 142.86 crore. The report also points out that more than two-thirds of its population or 68% comprises people between the ages of 15 and 64, considered the working population of a country. The report also shows that India's total fertility rate, births per woman in the reproductive age, is estimated at 2.0. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. Next question is regarding Stockholm Agreement. Which of the following statements are true? 1. It is an accord between the parties to the conflict in Yemen. 2. It is brokered by the United Nations. 3. It had only two components, the Hudaydah Agreement and the Prisoner Exchange Agreement. Select the correct answer using the code given below. 1 only, 1 and 3 only, 2 only, or 1 and 2 only. The correct answer is option D, 1 and 2 only. Recently, hundreds of prisoners captured during the war in Yemen were reunited with their families amid diplomatic efforts to halt the conflict. The Stockholm Agreement is an accord between the parties to the conflict in Yemen. It was agreed in Sweden on 13 December 2018. Hence, statement 1 is correct. The agreement was brokered by the United Nations. Hence, statement 2 is correct. It had three main components, the Hudaydah Agreement, the Prisoner Exchange Agreement, and the Taiz Agreement. Hence, statement 3 is not correct. Therefore, option D is the correct answer. Next question is consider the following countries. 1. Uganda, 2. Central African Republic, 3. Eritrea, 4. Kenya. Which of the above given countries border the country of Sudan? 1 only, 1, 2 and 3 only, 2 and 3 only, or 1, 2, 3 and 4. The correct answer is option C, 2 and 3 only. Recently, Sudan's military and a powerful paramilitary force have engaged in fierce fighting in the capital and elsewhere in country. Sudan lies at the crossroads of sub-Saharan Africa and the Middle East, bordering the Red Sea. It shares its border with 7 countries: Libya, Egypt, Chad, the Central African Republic, South Sudan, Ethiopia, and Eritrea. The White and Blue Niles meet in Khartoum, its capital, merging to become the Nile River, which flows all the way to the Mediterranean via Egypt. Therefore, option C is the correct answer. Next question is with reference to Mahila Samman Savings Certificate Scheme. Consider the following statements. 1. The Mahila Samman Savings account can be opened by a woman for herself only. 2. The deposit made under this scheme will fetch interest at the rate of 7.5% per annum. Which of the statement or statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option B, 2 only. Recently in Telangana, the Department of Post has released a special cover on the Mahila Samman Savings Scheme. The Mahila Samman Savings Certificate Scheme was announced in Union Budget 2023-24 by Union Finance Minister. The Mahila Samman Savings account can be opened by a woman for herself or by the guardian on behalf of a minor girl. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. The deposit made under this scheme will fetch interest at the rate of 7.5% per annum. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. Next question is recently the term Nuremberg trials was in the news. It is related to World War I, Nazi war crimes, Gulf War, or Syrian civil war. The correct answer is option B, Nazi war crimes. Recently, Benjamin Ferencz, the last surviving prosecutor from the Nuremberg trials in Germany after World War II, passed away at the age of 103 in the United States. Benjamin Ferencz was just 27 years old when he was named chief prosecutor for Nuremberg trials and secured the convictions of 22 Nazi officers for crimes against humanity. The Nuremberg trials were carried out in Nuremberg, Germany, with the intention of bringing Nazi war criminals to justice. The trials took place between 1945 and 1949, where the defendants, including German industrialists, high-ranking military officers, lawyers, and Nazi party officials, were indicted on various charges. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. Last question is, consider the following statements regarding the Special Marriage Act 1954. 1. It provides a legal framework for the marriage of people belonging to different religions or castes. 2. The applicability of the act extends to the Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs, and Christians only across India. Which of the statement or statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2? The correct answer is option A, 1 only. Recently, the Supreme Court bench was hearing petitions seeking legal recognition of same-sex marriages. The SC said it will only examine if the right can be conferred under the Special Marriage Act 1954. The Special Marriage Act 1954 is an Indian law that provides a legal framework for the marriage of people belonging to different religions or castes. Hence, statement 1 is correct. It extends to the people of all faiths, including Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs, Christians, Sikhs, Jains, and Buddhists across India. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. Therefore, option A is the correct answer. Now it's time for the practice question. Article 371A of the Indian Constitution provides the special provisions to which of the following states? Sikkim, Manipur, Mizoram, or Nagaland? Send the answer of this question in the comment section. Stay tuned for the next episode. Thanks for watching.